Now on KMTV Live at 10, road crews will be out in full force tonight as the roads turn slick and icy for the morning commute. And a house fire in West Omaha, how one man tried to save his home before firefighters arrived. Plus 5 teenagers badly injured in a crash overnight, what investigators say caused the accident.
KMTV Action 3 News Weekend starts now with a winter weather alert.
Tonight's rain will turn into ice and snow hitting the metro area as kids are off to school tomorrow morning. Good evening, I'm Kelly Bartnick here with meteorologist John Walsh. John, winter weather on the way.
Yeah, it is coming in big time, as a matter of fact. This is kind of a messy forecast. The temperature profiles are such that this could throw a combination of several things at us tonight, and it's also going to create some timing issues as well. Here's where we stand right now. Winter storm warning in effect, or will be in effect for the metro at midnight. It is in effect for Lincoln areas southward through Monday for the potential for some very dangerous travel in regard to some icing and the potential for some snow tomorrow. Winter weather advisories are in the areas in pink that you see surrounding that, and that includes sections of Iowa. As we take a look at our radar right now, what you are seeing here, mainly some light drizzle across the metro area. We're not really getting much in terms of any significant precipitation, but that's going to be changing as we head farther on into the night. Here's a broader view, and you can see more widespread areas of rain and a mix of precipitation over toward Des Moines. We're seeing some snow develop out in western Nebraska as well. And over the next couple of hours now, after midnight, we'll start to see more of this begin to push toward the metro. In fact, we're doing that as we speak. Now, the impact for this tomorrow looks like this. First, the snow. We could be seeing some heavy snowfall over about a 3-hour period, possibly 1 to 2 inch per hour snowfall rates during the morning hours. The other thing is the icing. That will begin tonight, could lay down 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of ice, making travel even more treacherous because that's going to be laid down before the snow hits. Wind's not much of a factor, and the temperatures are critical because being near freezing, it creates a different precipitation profile, makes it difficult to forecast. But we'll have complete details on what we think is going to happen with this storm tomorrow, and we'll give that to you in just a few minutes.
Thanks, John. The ice on the road could wreak havoc for people tomorrow to work or on the way to school. Reporter Nick Starling is live along I-80 to tell us about the city's plan to keep the roads safe. Nick.
Kelly, today is one of the busiest travel days in the whole year, where people are leaving their relatives' house and coming home, and that's really the focus on Omaha Public Works right now, is to keep you safe. Now, the preparations for this winter storm are a little different than the other storms that we've had, and that Public Works did pre-treat these roads with brine. Now, they did that yesterday in preparation of this winter storm, because this time there's not as much rain before the snow. They're able to pre-treat the roads. Now, I'm told at midnight tonight, all hands are on deck. All 110 plows will be out and have a full crew on these roads. And right now, the roads aren't looking too bad, but as John mentioned, those temperatures will plummet. The roads may get a little icy, so make sure you watch yourselves on those bridges and overpasses. And of course, we'll keep you updated on KMTV.com as well. Reporting live at 108th and I-80, Nick Starling, KMTV.com.
Some schools have delayed their start times tomorrow morning. The superintendent of Millard Public Schools says he will wait until tomorrow morning to decide. We called Omaha Public Schools, and they say so far school is on. We have a list of all the delays on our website, KMTV.com. Tomorrow morning on Early Riser, Ryan McPike and Matt Monroe will have the latest on weather conditions. They will be on the air beginning at 4:30 a.m. We will also post updates on our website. Weather has postponed the annual tree lighting ceremony in La Vista. The celebration was planned for tomorrow night. Now it will be Thursday, December 3rd at 5:45 at the City Hall and Community Center. This will be the first year with a new tree. City leaders had to cut down the tree that was used for years. A vandal damaged it in 2008, and it never fully bounced back. New at 10 tonight, a mother and her son cannot go home after a fire broke out in their West Omaha home. The cable went out and they heard crackling near 132nd and Center. Matt Hagan noticed flames in the attic. He and his mom rushed out of the house with a cat and 2 dogs. Fire crews battled the flames into the cold tonight.
Came outside, saw the smoke and everything coming out of the chimney right around the attic. Grabbed the garden hose and just started spraying the roof off, waiting for the fire department to show up.
So we take extra precautions. We slow down just a little bit, but we still know we have a job to do. Slip hazards on the fire ground. We're dealing with water. This whole block's a sheet of ice right now.
Firefighters say smoke was pouring from the house when they arrived. 5 teenagers are recovering tonight after crashing into an exit sign near a ramp on I-680 in West Dodge Road. The driver is in critical condition with a brain bleed and puncture wounds to his lung. Police say around 11:45 last night, the teenagers were in a Chevy Malibu heading north along I-680. Investigators say the driver, Jawan Gaines, was speeding when he missed an exit, then lost control. He overcorrected and hit a sign. Rescuers had to use the jaws of life to get Gaines from the car. He was breathing, but not responsive. All 5 teenagers went to the hospital. They were all buckled in. Gaines was also seriously injured 6 years ago when a metal beam in his school fell onto him. A bullet shattered a home in Council Bluffs early this morning. Council Bluffs police got the call just after 4 this morning. The woman who lives near Avenue E and North 16th Street says sometime between 1:30 and 4:30 this morning, someone shot through the living room window. The bullet shattered the window and went through 2 walls. No one was hurt, and police are still looking for the shooter tonight. Police are also looking for the men who robbed a tobacco hut and took off. Employees called just after 7 to report the robbery. They say a man wearing a red hooded sweatshirt and another man wearing a blue jacket walked into the tobacco hut near 62nd and Ames. One of the men showed a gun and demanded money. The robbers took the money and cigars and ran off. Police are still searching for leads in Omaha's latest murder. A shooting near 43rd and Spalding Saturday morning is the city's 41st murder investigation. Shante Passmore spoke to friends and family of the victim.
For Andrew Thomas, Johnson, simply known as Butch, was more like a brother than a friend.
We always did something, it was just his last dollar, my last dollar. We spent it together. We always took walks, rode bikes, or played basketball.
Members of First Responders Homicide Prayer Walk gathered in front of Thomas's house near 44th and Spalding, where Thomas says Johnson took his last steps after he was shot Saturday morning. The 21-year-old was walking with a friend, Nathaniel Bailey, who was also injured during the shooting.
We come together and we stand with that neighborhood and we say to them, you're not alone, we're in this together, and that together we can stop the violence.
Neighbors say Johnson visited the area to see family and friends. To them, he was a good person, and they can't believe he's gone.
It's just horrible around here, man. All these murders, it's scary.
It's scary.
It's like ain't nothing being done about it.
It's time for all that to be done.
Thomas wants his friend to be remembered for how he lived, not how he died.
I want them to remember him of who he was and, how happy of a person he was.
Shante Passmore, KMTV, Action 3 News.
We have breaking news out of Lincoln tonight. An officer-involved shooting near 73rd and Adams. Here's a look at the scene. Police say they are searching for 2 suspects who fled the scene of a traffic stop. The situation is ongoing tonight, and we will bring you the latest as we get it. Lincoln police have arrested 2 people in connection with the city's first murder of the year. Brandon Benson and Joseph Bratt face charges for first-degree murder. Lincoln police say 1 person died and another was hurt at a house near 48th and O this morning. Neighbors heard gunshots around 3 a.m. Police believe they have talked to everyone involved. Today, Omaha came together to support a mother who lost her youngest child. 7-year-old Jaden got meningitis when he was 2 months old. He could not see, walk, or hear. He died last Monday. To raise money for his funeral, family and friends gathered at Tequila Nightclub near 30th and L. His mother, Esmeralda Bravo, says she misses her son but knows he's in a better place.
He was the love of my life. It's gonna be hard to go on without him, but he taught me to be strong because he fought every day.
Jaden leaves behind 2 older sisters. His visitation is tomorrow and his funeral will be Tuesday at Good Shepherd Church. We now know the names of 2 other people killed during a shooting in Colorado Springs. Authorities say Jennifer Markovsky and Kiare Marcel Stewart were both going to the Planned Parenthood clinic with friends that day. They both leave children behind. Officials say this is a preliminary ID. A full identification will be provided once the autopsies are completed. University of Colorado police officer Garrett Swayze also died during that shooting spree. The University of Chicago is canceling all classes and activities on its main campus tomorrow following an online threat of gun violence. The university says the FBI alerted staff about the threat. Officials have asked everyone to stay away from campus through midnight tomorrow. They asked students in campus housing to stay indoors. Coming up next, Santa spotting in the metro, where Old St. Nick and Mrs. Claus made the rounds, and where folks are cleaning up after a big ice storm and the damage left behind.
And we may be seeing some icing here, as a matter of fact, overnight tonight. A major storm trying to throw everything at us. I'll tell you when the precipitation starts and what the impact will be to your day tomorrow after the break.
At KMTV-3, we believe no child should go without for the holidays.
That's why we're teaming up with Dino's Storage for the Toy Drive for the Salvation Army.
The Toy Drive for the Salvation Army. Go to KMTV.com for details.
It's the one, right?
We forgot Dave.
Thank you. So, can the test drive be over now? Maybe head back to the dealership?
It's practically yours, but we still need your signature. Hurry in for great deals all Black Friday weekend on select new Volkswagen models during the Sign Then Drive event.
It's Cyber Monday at Nebraska Furniture Mart, the biggest online shopping day of the year. Everything is on sale. Furniture, flooring, appliances, and electronics. Shop amazing Cyber Monday deals on NFM.com. Buy online today and get free driveway delivery on purchases of $49 or more. Plus, get 24-month financing on purchases $399 or more when you make minimum monthly payments. See all Cyber Monday specials now only at NFM.com.
Corn looks great again this year.
Yeah, thanks for your help.
Of course. I better be moving along.
Say, what year is that deal you're driving?
Activate thrusters.
To develop breakout genetics, breakthrough traits, and seed capable of record-breaking yields, we went to the future and brought back some corn. Ask your Syngenta seed advisor about Golden Harvest.
Okay, we're here. There's Dad, Mom, the twins, Aunt Alice.
You didn't tell me Aunt Alice was coming.
Of course.
Don't forget Grandpa. Can the test drive be over now? Maybe just head back to the dealership.
Don't you want to meet my family?
Yep, totally.
It's practically yours, but we still need your signature. Hurry in for great deals all Black Friday weekend on select new Volkswagen models during the Sign Then Drive event.
So Santa has a transporter?
For the big stuff.
Cool.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event is here. This is the pursuit of perfection.
People are cleaning up after an ice storm in Oklahoma that left neighborhoods in the dark. The ice storm snapped tree limbs and branches, causing power outages. Hundreds of homes did not have electricity. You can see in this video the ice is still frozen. Crews have been working for days to get the lights back on there. Possibly, John, kind of a similar ice, snow predicament we're going to be in here.
Well, they had a lot of ice down there, so hopefully
so
we don't see that much. But we still could see some, and it could cause some problems in terms of travel, especially because the ground is already frozen, so it's going to stick as we head farther into the overnight hours, and then that will convert over the snow. The question is, when is the timing and all this going to take place? Given the temperatures we have right now that are going to be staying near freezing, that kind of makes this a complex forecast. Threat Tracker is in the red category for tomorrow. That means high alerts for the possibilities of winter weather that's going to impact certainly the morning commute. It may be a messy commute in the morning, and some significant snow could drop across the area before it's all said and done, and then the system clears out of here, leaving just some flurries on Tuesday. Again, a check of the radars, and right now what we're looking at mainly is some mist and some drizzle across the metro area. We're sitting at about 33 degrees, so right now it's still, I guess what you call liquid form, but not a whole lot ongoing in terms of precipitation, quite frankly, across the areas. We broaden out the picture right now. Here is where most of the rain has been across eastern sections of Iowa and over toward the Des Moines area, where it's kind of turning over now. And then we look to the south of us, and as that storm system pushes into Colorado, it's been sitting in Utah for much of the day. It's going to draw moisture, which we're already seeing here, and this is the icing that's going to be moving into southeast Nebraska up toward the metro area and could lay down a 1/10 to perhaps a 1/4 of an inch of ice around the entire area. So that's the situation we're looking at right now, and that storm system, you can kind of see the counterclockwise spin right out here, making its way into Colorado, and it will move out of Colorado and Wyoming, tracking through northeast Nebraska throughout the day tomorrow. And you can see the ice again being lifted northward with that storm. There is the low, and it will continue to push through here. We're looking through the morning hours, and you can see the icing and then the snow with the heavier amounts forecasted to be in northwestern Iowa. This may be over a little bit more quickly than what we anticipated because it's pulling up some drier air, as you can see there. Let's go hour by hour and break this down for you. We could start out with some rain, and then that would mix with some freezing rain, convert over to sleet. That would be in the pre-dawn hours, starting out as sleet in the early morning hours for the morning commute, and then quickly changing over to snow. And notice the deep blue colors here indicating we could see about 3 hours of heavy snow, 1 to 2 inch per hour snowfall rates as this lifts up toward the north and east. And then the drier air pulls in here and begins to end the precipitation, at least for the time being. The question is, how much are we going to see? If it moves out of here quickly, we could see about 3 inches. If the snow really comes down because of the dynamics of the storm, we've got us down for 3 to 5 inches from Lincoln to Omaha. Lincoln's kind of right on the cusp of anywhere from 2.5 to 3. And then farther to the north, we go to 6 to 8 inches of snowfall up there. In terms of current conditions out there right now, 33 degrees, winds are easterly, very light, wind's not going to be a factor. We go down to the neighborhoods, Bennington sitting at 32 right now. Most locations right around the freezing mark, and as I mentioned, that's what complicates this forecast, and that's the story across the entire area. Your forecast for tonight, lows dropping to near 30 degrees. We'll begin with a mix of sleet, freezing rain, and then converting over to periods of snow late. May see an inch in some locations, especially to the southwest of us, before even sunrise tomorrow. And then for tomorrow afternoon, 34 for the high, sleet converting over to snow. We could see 3 to 5 inches. And then on Tuesday, some morning flurries. Then the storm system clears out of here and the sun will return. However, these temperatures, well, on paper, it reflects as a warm-up. However, with the snow on the ground, that's going to be a determining factor on how warm those temperatures get over the next several days. We'll be positive and say we're going to be warming up toward next weekend. Our weather kid tonight is Kathleen, age 5. She's all ready for the big storm and that 30-degree start to the day. She's got her gloves, hat, and ready to go. Guys?
Okay, thanks, John. Even Santa and Mrs. Claus had to take a break from the cold today while touring La Vista. They made the rounds on this shining sled, handing out candy canes and greeting families. The trip lasted a couple of hours. They even got an escort from the chief of police. The Clauses took a little break at City Hall to warm up tonight. Then they continued touring La Vista. Straight ahead in sports, the Creighton and Nebraska volleyball teams find out who they will be playing in the NCAA tournament. And the Huskers talk about their chances of playing in a bowl game. Gail is next with sports.